What is going on, everybody? My name is Brian and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to take a look through this Mac Tools tool flyer, and I have been doing these on my channel for a while now, and I was doing the actual physical flyer for a while, and the video quality was not as good as it could have been, so I have found out a way to do it better. And I started doing it this way the last time I did it, and I feel like that it works better. So this flyer is only good till April 12th, but we're just getting back into the swing of things, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there in case you're interested, and we can just go through it together. And this is mostly for entertainment purposes because most of the people that's on a tool truck can get these flyers themselves, but it's just something to do, especially now during the quarantine and everything else. So we'll just run through these real quick, and we can see on the front cover, long and strong. So this is a Save Big 10 in 1 piece long reach pliers set. We're going to see that on page 1, and they also have a tap and die offer that we can't miss. And if you just seen the video I did about the tap driver socket set, that I feel like is one tool that you probably don't have but need, and a lot of people did agree with me, and a lot of people did already have. And another thing that I feel like that you probably need is a good tap and die set. So let's check out the prices on the inside. And wouldn't you know it, they have the tap and die set, and they're going to give you the tap drivers for free. Now, they sell these on a tool truck. This is probably the Lisle set that I showed. It's on Amazon for $26. You buy them on a tool truck, they're going to cost you a whole lot more. So you can go straight to the source, get them on Amazon. I will link those below. I will link other tools below. And if you watch any of my videos, I try to link tools that I like or that are related to the video in my description below. So always check the description. Now, I always try to be honest, man. Those are affiliate links, and if you do make a purchase through them, the Amazon does throw me a few pennies at no extra cost to you, but it does help support the channel, help me get tools to do reviews, and helps keep this thing going, because this is not cheap to do videos and not cheap to do tool reviews. So it definitely does help, and I appreciate anybody that does make a purchase through those. But you can get this 76-piece tap and die set for $280.99. Then they're going to give you the driver set, like I said, for free. Now, there's only a few companies who make taps and dies, and I know Irwin is one of them, and Irwin does make some pretty good taps and dies, and which is probably who these are, and you could get them a lot cheaper. So I will link a couple tap sets below, because like I said, you definitely need to have a good tap set. If you've ever had to try to remove a broken tap, it's not something that you want to do ever in your life, and there's no way to completely prevent it, but you definitely don't want to up the odds of it by buying a cheap set. So it's worth it to spend a little extra, $280.99. Like I said, you could probably get that for maybe half of that, maybe less than half of that. So I'll link a couple below if you're looking for a good set. And here's the 10+1 pliers set that I was on the cover. Now, Mac Tools does make some good pliers, and this is for $114.99. You're going to get 11 sets of pliers and this bag. That is a great deal. I mean, you're looking at $10 a set, which you could probably get the Quinn sets for that at Harbor Freight that are decent, but they're nowhere near in the same league as these pliers. And for $114.99, that is one of the better deals that I've seen in a while from a tool truck catalog. So if you need any long nose pliers, hose clamps, or cutters, then definitely consider this. But let's go ahead on through. Now, here we go, the revolutionary RBRT. And if you've seen the video that I did, 3 easy ways to remove a stripped Allen head, I featured these in that video, and these are really nice. Now, I did put a cheaper option below in the description, but it's not nowhere near the same quality as this. You may be able to get them to work now, but we can see, I mean, you're paying for it, $429.99, but you are getting all of these. So it's definitely something that if you ever need it, you would be happy that you had. But it's not something that I think that where you would actually need to go purchase it right now. It's definitely something that if you're in the market on the tool truck and you've got all your basic tools and all the other tools that you probably would need, this is definitely something to add into your box later on down the road. But like I said, $424.99, pretty expensive, man. And below it, they have the RBT Star bundle for $274.99, so that is cheaper, but you're getting a 13-piece long set, and then you're going to get the stubby set too. So $274.99, that's not a bad price. But like I said, up here, you're going to get all the ones you need. So if you got the extra money, then I'd probably just go ahead and just get everything you need right off the bat. Okay, transmission jack and fuel tank saddle adapter bundle, $1,779.99. Now, if you're working in a shop and you got a lift, your company's probably got something like this. But if you've got your own lift at your house, if you're lucky enough to have your own lift, I mean, that's like a dream for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people. But this is definitely something that you need. I mean, if you've ever had to wrestle down a fuel tank or a transmission manually, especially on the ground, I did a video not too long ago where I just did one on the ground, and I've done a few of them on the ground, and it's a nightmare, man. And I would have liked to taped it, but I just don't have the facilities to be able to do a video like that. I mean, it's already hard enough for me to be down there on the ground, much less to be down there trying to videotape it as well. But I did try to give some pointers and just talk about some of the tools that I used and just some ways to try to make it easier for somebody that maybe had to do it, and for entertainment purposes, obviously. Okay, next. Area light and stand bundle. So for $274.99, you're going to get this 1500 lumen work light and stand. I mean, that's pretty expensive. Flashlights are expensive. If you're going to get some good work lights and flashlights, I mean, you're going to pay for them. I feel like Harbor Freight has some pretty good selection when it comes to work lights and flashlights. I mean, the Braun Slim LED, you really can't beat that for the price that they charge for that. And underneath, when you buy this impact wrench and hood light kit, they're going to give you a fender cover for free. The kit will be $599.99. You're going to get a 3/8 impact socket with a 2 amp hour, a 4 amp hour, a charger, and the underhood light. I did a video a while back where I compared the Braun underhood work light to the Matco underhood work light, which the Matco underhood work light is probably my favorite underhood work light of all time. Do you need to spend that much money on an underhood work light? No, you don't. I mean, there's a Milwaukee underhood work light too that I've heard good things about that's way cheaper than that. But I like the Matco one particularly. I mean, because you don't need to even use that under the hood. You could lay it on the ground, prop it. It works out great in a lot of different areas. Whereas with the Braun, there's a lot of limitations to it. But I mean, it's $30 for the Braun and $260, I believe, for the Matco. So there is a big price difference, but I am going to do a follow-up video because I have found some weaknesses in that underhood light that I'd like to talk about and just give an update, because there still is people that's asking about that. Believe it or not, I did that video over a year ago, I believe, or about a year ago. So there still are people interested in that. So I will do a follow-up if you're one of those people. Over here, we have the Dead Blow Hammer and Pry Bar bundle. So you're going to get a 44-inch curved pry bar, and that's available in red, green, or orange. And the Dead Blow Hammer, $229.99. So if you're looking for a 44-inch pry bar, that may be the deal for you. Now, I have a set of Matco pry bars that I really like. I think those are great, but Mac Tools pry bars are good. I have used those quite a few times, and I actually am thinking about buying the Matco long pry bar as well, because the set that I got, it doesn't have a long one like that. It has like a 2-foot one or 30-inch one maybe, but there's none that's that long. And those definitely are something that you can use from time to time. And like I said, I mean, they're really strong. If you're in the market for a set of pry bars, I would like to see Harbor Freight come out with the Icon pry bars. I think that would be a pretty good deal, because the pry bars that they have at Harbor Freight are not very good. If you're looking for a budget set, check out the Craftsman set. I've talked about those when I did my video for beginner professionals and the tools that I would choose if I had a $1,000 budget. And I've talked about those Craftsman pry bars. I feel like the deal on those are probably the best deal on pry bars, hands down, today that I've ever seen. Because, I mean, made in the USA, I got mine for like $20. So it's a 3-piece set. There's definitely something that you should look into. I don't know if you could even, Sears is shutting down and everything. I don't know if you could get them anywhere anymore, but they are online in some places. I mean, you're not going to be able to go to Sears, obviously, unless you're one of the few people in the United States that's close to a Sears anymore. Okay, next we have, when you buy this 19-piece punch and chisel set, you're going to get this 5-piece power drive chisel set for free. So $244.99 for the 19-piece set. I bought a set for $99, the handled one. I'll try to put a picture of them up right here. And I felt like that was a great deal for those. And if these are the same, which I'm sure they are, those ones that I have are lifetime warranty. So this will be the last chisels and punches you'll ever have to buy. Those for $99, I just felt like that was an unbelievable deal. Those are really great. Now, the handles do eventually come loose, but like I said, lifetime warranty. And that set is not as complete as this set, but it's, you know, more than half the price off. And that was one of the deals. It wasn't they're regularly more, so that was one of the deals, but they do usually repeat deals, so you have to keep an eye out for that, and definitely when I see it, I'll talk about it. Okay, next, when you buy this 14-piece 3/8 drive metric deep socket set, you're going to get the 14-piece 3/8 shallow set for free. And you know, when we do videos talking about like the Icon sockets, I compare them to, you know, the tool truck brand sockets. We talk about the price, and we can see here, you usually don't pay full price if you wait around and try to catch some deals like this. And we see if you bought these just regular, they're claiming that you're going to save $216.99, so that must be the price of the shallows. And so we're looking at $515 if you were to buy these regularly. But when you knock it down like this for $150, I feel like that's more reasonable. It still is more expensive than, you know, the Icon. We're looking at $40 for a set of shallows, and then $40 for a set of deep or whatever. So you're looking at about $80, and that is still about half the price. But I feel like that the sockets in the Icon line was one of the weak points. So if you're wanting some good chrome sockets, then definitely wait for deals like this. Don't try to buy them straight up. Okay, down here you're going to have your long handle flex head ratcheting wrenches. And I like the Mountain set. I have the Mountain set. The Mountain set is a good budget set, and they work really well. They actually sell those on some tool trucks, so you can also warranty those on a tool truck. But they're offering a trade-in upgrade, and they're giving you $50 if you trade in your old set of wrenches. And I don't know how that works, if it has to be the same style wrench. So maybe you have to trade in another long handle flex head ratcheting wrench set to get the $50 off, or it could just be any wrench set. I don't know, but you can see they have the 6-piece for $279.99, and then they have the 5-piece for $239.99. Now the Mountain set is about half that price. They used to be called, I think, Easy Red or something like that. Then they switched to Mountain. But the Mountain is not the best in the world, but they are great for the price, and they break, but all these will break. I mean, the main thing that I like to have these for is for bell housing bolts. Sometimes those can be really hard to get to, and these definitely are something that I think that everyone should get eventually. It's not like something that you're going to need straight off the bat, but this is one of the earlier things that I would pick up if I was starting over. Okay, over here we have, when you buy this Master Disconnect Plus set for $268.99, you're going to get this Master Line clamp and stopper set for free. So that's not too bad. Now, I mean, if you need a full set, if you're working in a shop, you're going to need, you know, maybe you will need a Master Disconnect Plus set. But I have just a regular set that I bought on Amazon. I think I paid like $50 for my set. It's not as extensive as this set, but it does cover a lot of areas that I would need them for, and they are pretty good, so I'll link those below. Like I said, I'm going to have a bunch of stuff linked below if I can remember a bunch of this, but I'll link as much stuff as I can remember. Definitely go down there and check them out. Now, we have the drill pump kit and transmission adapter bundle. So we could see this is like a pump. You get it, hook it up, run your drill, it's going to pump. This is definitely something that is nice to have. I mean, you don't want to have to hand pump anything, which I have had to do quite a few times. This will save you a lot of time. $239.98. I guess it would depend on if you wanted to spend the money and how much you was going to use it. I don't know if there's any cheaper options available, so if you know about anything, leave it down in the comments. Try to help somebody out. Now we're getting to their toolboxes, and they don't never give the prices of their toolboxes because they're pretty expensive. But like I said in my video, I was talking about the Icon toolboxes. You usually don't pay full price unless you just have no other option or you don't care, but you can catch a lot of deals. But they have the 65 and 5/8 inch by 25 1/4 Master Tech series with the hutch, and you can see they have the side cabinet. Then down here they're going to have the 50.5-inch box, and they have the side locker and the top for it if you're like that type of style. If you want the top box instead of the hutch. Me personally, I prefer the longer boxes with the hutch and the cabinet. I think they look nicer. I feel like that gives you more area to work in, but everybody's going to have their own different style and their own different preference. Just to me, I like this style better. Over here, they're going to have the nice red and black box. I mean, that looks pretty nice. That's the thing about buying these two. You get so many other options, so many other ways you can configure your box. One day we'll do a video. We'll go build a box online together and see what would be like the dream box. And maybe we could do it live or something too. I think that'd be pretty cool. We'll talk about that later though. Then they also have the 36-inch roller cabinet. This is actually 34 and a 16th inch long by 25 and a quarter deep. So all of these are pretty deep. 25 and a quarter. That's a big deal when you're buying a toolbox, is the depth of the toolbox. You don't want shallow drawers. The Icon box, I feel like they are pretty deep, but as you see, these boxes are deeper. I think that the Icon is 24 inches deep, if I'm not mistaken, but they also have the top box, so if you're into this style, I consider this to be more old school setup, or maybe a smaller, more budget-friendly setup in case you don't have the money to spend on something like this. And then, everybody that's been around knows my opinions on spending a bunch of money on a toolbox. I feel like you don't have to. You can wait around, catch deals, save up, buy a used one. You're better off, I think, than buying something like this. But the thing is that this is a lifetime purchase. This is a one-time thing. So if you bought something like this, make sure it's something that you're going to be happy to have for the rest of your life, because you don't want to keep having to spend money like that, man. It's just a one-time thing. Get it done. Everything you're ever going to want in a toolbox, and you just work out of it for the rest of your life, man. All right, now we have for their auto body repair, you're going to get this 10-ton hydraulic body repair kit for $444.99. Those are nice to have, especially if you're an auto body. You definitely need something like this at some point. If you're working for yourself, especially, the garage you're working in probably will have something like this. But if you want to do it yourself, and obviously, you want something nice like this. And then down here they have the 12-pound body knocker set, pull out dents and whatnot. Those are something that you're going to need as well. And over here they have the Get This Free 4.5-inch angle grinder, the old DeWalt corded angle grinder, when you buy that 40 amp inverter plasma cutter for $1,654.99. Now, I'm going to do a video about rebranded tools, but the tool truck plasma cutters, welders and whatnot, those are not made by those tool trucks. They just slapped a name on them. You could probably catch this same plasma cutter for about $800, $900, $1,000, save you a lot of money, and then you could get you a magic marker and color in Mac tools if that's a big deal to you, or you can spend the money, whatever floats your boat. But to me, I just feel like that I would just buy who actually makes it and save yourself some money. But I've been guilty of buying stuff off the tool truck just for the name, so I can't say anything bad, because I've done it myself. But they're claiming plus I was about to say, they're not claiming this angle grinder's $300. No, okay, so they're giving you $300 savings on this plasma cutter, so it must regularly be $2,066 is what they're claiming. So a total savings of $401.99. Man, I guarantee I'm gonna have to dig into that. I guarantee that plasma cutter is probably about $800. Okay, Complete Diagnostic Solutions. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Launch is Mac Tools scanners, if I'm not mistaken. So you could just go straight to Launch and just get a good one. If you have any aspirations to own your own shop or whatever, most of the time if you work in a shop, they're going to have something like this for you there that you can use, and you don't typically have to buy something like this. But this, if you want to work on vehicles, man, you have to have a nice scanner. You have to have one that has a graphic. You really need a scope anymore. You need something that does bi-directional control. You have to have it. There's no getting around it. You don't have to spend this much money, but there are ones you could get that are really nice for $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, but you're going to have to spend that much eventually. You may be able to get by. You may be able to never not spend that much money, maybe not never own one. But in my opinion, man, I think that everybody should own something like this. Like I said, not this particular one, not that expensive, but you definitely need something that has those types of capabilities that I spoke about before. Okay, break out the big one for $649.99, the 3/4 inch split beam torque wrench from 200 to 600 foot-pounds. Now, I got a 3/4 inch SK Tools torque wrench. It's a click style torque wrench. Pretty nice. I did a video where I reviewed the OTC Tools split beam torque wrench. I talked a lot about torque wrenches, what the different types of torque wrenches were, what the pros and cons were of each one. If you haven't seen that video, man, go to my channel, check it out. But we can see how they're using this here. The split beam torque wrench, those are great for doing something like that. They're great for if you have to constantly torque down something to the same spec over and over again, because you could just set it and forget it, as they say in the infomercials. But these are expensive. But I mean, $649.99 if you needed to torque something down to 600 foot-pounds. I mean, you got to have it. You got to have something that's capable to do that. Okay, over here, the complete solution for measuring current without pulling fuses for $99.99. So, I mean, if you needed that, then I guess you could get it, I don't know. I would just use a multimeter, but I'm not an electrician expert or an electrical expert in automobiles, so maybe you do need something like that. I don't know. Down here, they have the OBD2 codes and definitions for all 1996 and newer vehicles. So, the little pocket scanner. I just did a video, a little Amazon cheap $30 pocket scanner. I feel like that's pretty good, man. I think that that's something that everybody should get. Just a little scanner you can carry around with you, something you can grab on the go, something you can leave in your car, and $30 for that, I felt like is a pretty good deal. And I don't know, like I said, this might be a launch one. I don't know, man, but for $199.99, if you want to spend it, then spend it. But I feel like you could definitely spend a lot less for something like that. Okay, Mac Grip long pick set made in Maine in the United States of America for $99.99. You have your choice of green or orange. That's not bad, $99.99 for a long pick set. If you're in the market for a good pick set, man, I'm going to link down a Gearwrench set below. About $26. I have that set. That is a great set, man. And for $26, I feel like that's one of the best deals that you can get, especially for picks, man. But I mean, $26, it's a really complete set. Definitely, if you're in the market, consider those. Okay, transmission engine oil pressure test kit for $139.99. Now, I have used the Mac Tools pressure test kits before, and they are extremely nice. And if I was in the market to buy this, a fuel pressure test kit or anything, I would consider Mac Tools. They are extremely nice, man. But there are some cheaper options. I'll link some below, some good ones, if you're interested in looking for a combustion test kit or anything, leak down tester kit. I'll link them down below. I have some good sets, and they're pretty decent, pretty well priced. Okay, a carbon scraper set for $69.99, save $10. I don't know, man. If you want to spend it. But you could definitely find something cheaper. 200 lumen LED light, $19.99. Not bad. A little 200 lumen pocket light. Probably takes batteries. Yep, 3 AAA batteries. So if you're in the market, maybe you'd be interested in that. Center punch set, $36.99. Say $10. Not too bad. Those are the type that you just press in and it'll, hit you a little hole. $36.99. You could probably find some better deals, obviously, but obviously you probably don't need something like that. I think those come in real handy for if, say, you break a bolt off and you got to drill a bolt out. Then you just stick it down in there, and because you want to run that drill through as center as you possibly can. So you stick that down in there, hit it real quick, and you'll have your little starter hole. So I think that those come in the most use. Otherwise, I just use a regular old punch myself. Okay, a fluid refilling system for $421.99. There you go. Here we go into the clothes. All right, as everybody knows, I have Mac Tools hats. I like Mac Tools clothes. I don't like Macco's clothes. Not at all. see what they got. Anything new? There goes you some socks. They got the belt. Ooh, the Ugga Dugga shirt. I bet they sold some of those. It's pretty cool. Okay, the Missing in Action 10mm. We got the Diesel hoodie. That's a new one. Okay, they got the Turbo Skill work shirt, the handcrafted rat rod work shirt, and there goes the leggings for you, your girlfriend, or if you're a girl shopping on the Mac Tools, maybe you want something like that, or like I said, if even a man, whatever floats your boat. If you like the Mac Tools on the side, those are for you. Okay, we got a flannel. This girl loves her mechanic. You definitely got to get your girl that. Let everybody know she's yours. Okay, remote control car. Little Mac Tools remote control. That's pretty cool. Mac Tools wallet. I could use a wallet. That looks pretty cool. Now, this is cool. This is the Missing in Action 10mm koozie for $14.99. That is really cool. I don't know if it's metal. If it is metal, I feel like that's a great deal. I'll probably get one of those. I like that. That's a good idea. Really good idea. Now, as a lot of you may have seen, I bought the Mac Tools Skull Bluetooth speaker. I made a mistake, man. It's $49.99 for that thing. I done broke it. It's just made in China junk. And you could get like this sound bar here for $69.99. So for $20 more, I could have had something way better. I made a huge mistake purchasing that. Okay, little small mugs, Mac Tools, and the little shot glasses. So if you're a drinker, there you go. These are on clearance, limited quantities available. And we've made it to the back of the flyer. We have the hand cleaner bundle. You're going to buy that 4-pack of 2.5 liter industrial hand cleaner for $129.99. They're going to give you that free dispenser. That's not bad. I mean, if you work in work on cars, work on anything, man, your hands get dirty. And if you don't like dealing with grease under your fingernails all the time, I mean, there's really nothing you can do to prevent it completely, but it's always good to have some good hand cleaner. There was some Cherry Bomb that I've used that is the best that I've ever used, but maybe this is pretty good and like free dispenser, $129.99, especially if you own your own shop. I mean, you're definitely going to want some hand cleaner around for you, and you don't want to get the customers' cars dirty, obviously. And if you're working in a auto mechanic shop, you want to try to keep your hands as clean as possible, and I like wearing nitro gloves myself. A lot of people don't like wearing gloves, but I've got accustomed to wearing gloves. I was one of those guys that hated wearing gloves, but now if I do anything, throw the gloves on. Okay, and last but not least, we have the 32-piece 1/4-inch hex drive ratcheting bit set for $79.99. You can see all the stuff you get right here. So there we have it. Like I said, I like to do these flyers. This one is expiring April 12th, so if you're interested in something, you got to do it quick, but we'll get to the next one as soon as it comes out, and I'll also get to the Matco flyer. I like doing them like this better. I feel like that the quality is way better, and I feel like that it's fun to go through this with you. So I appreciate y'all watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go down and subscribe below, because I'll do more videos like this, including project tips, tool reviews, and more. And don't forget, check in the description for all of the tools that I like to think are good substitutes for a lot of these tools in here. Till next time, stay real.